Welcome to the channel and our first day with the body out front and the frame up on the hoist. So we went back to a full crew. Mitch was back, and we thought we were going to get into just sheet metal work, but then we decided to get because there was three of us, we had to sort of map ourselves out around the body, and of course everybody wanted the body in a different position, but nobody it just wasn't going to work to have it in one position without a little bit of rotation and all three of us be busy on something. So after we got the frame all wrapped up in plastic and the engine covered over in the corner, because good thing we did, of course, because it's we kicked up the dust in this place, and boy, did we make a mess. And Mitch tackled the Bondo we knew was still in the lower halves of the body and the quarter panels. And Tim jumped into the interior and started stripping the rest of the paint that we didn't use our blasting time for. So that still has to come off. And he got quite a bit of that clean. And then I was touching up some of the welds on some of the connective panels that we had already put in. So we got a lot done. We made a giant mess of the shop, and we just decided we're going to hit it again another day, and we hope to maybe get the rest of the body kind of cleared, because it was just a dust storm. I mean, there was no other way to do the jobs except for wear masks, because it was so dusty in here. And my God, I don't know if you've been around lacquer or paint when you're taking it off, but man, does it ever stink, and I'm sure it is very bad for you. Yeah, you can see here the engine was all covered with plastic, and that definitely kept the dust off of all those parts, which, by the way, I think they're coming in 3 to 4 days, all the parts for the engine. So that's kind of exciting, because then we'll have everything going into the Christmas holidays. So I guess I'll start with probably the worst thing, until we have everything cleared on this body, we just keep coming across things. And Mitch's first reveal was to tackle, I don't know, it was probably 3/8 of an inch Bondo in spots. So I'm going to grab a light here, because I think it'll be a little easier to see what the state of this rocker actually is. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to see. I don't think it'll help if I do this, will it? It's kind of hard to tell, but anyways, what we figure has happened is this rocker, I don't know if that, well, you can kind of see the crease there for sure, I guess. What we figure happened was somebody had curbed this body, and they used a puller to pull. It's hard to see, but there's a whole series of tug marks all the way down the rocker. And when we first started working on it, we did notice that it had a slight bow to it, but it's a lot more than we originally thought. Actually, there's even a crease there. I don't know how well these things show on the camera. But now we've dug all this out. Probably the good news is we still have the rockers from the original convertible, and we might be able to cut a couple sections out of it and do some of the repair here, because, yeah, you can really see this one. This one seems to show up pretty good. But they're all tug marks all the way along. And he got all this cleared. You could see they did a lap patch over top and then just beat it in. And then this was all filled with Bondo. This would have been original lead. As a matter of fact, there's still some lead in there. You can see the shiny silver. So he got that cleared. He also got this whole panel all cleared. This had jumped up. I don't know what the thickness was, but it was pretty thick, all the Bondo that was in here. And when you run your hands along it, you can feel that there's a couple of low and high spots on it. So we're going to have a little bit of work to do in there, and possibly some dolly work. Hopefully, yeah, there's a big crease right here as well going through this panel. So that is another big one to get fixed. But at least this is all down to metal now, all this entire side actually. You can see Tim got in there and he got our original convertible tunnel pretty much cleared of all that lacquer paint. And he started working on all the pieces in the back. So there's more and more shiny stuff starting to appear everywhere inside as it's getting cleared. And I'll go around the other side. It was a little odd working in here. We got so used to having things one way that switching it up was a little weird. There you go. So you can see he's got the tunnel cleared there. And he's got a lot of this back seat area. We're going to have to get in and do a little bit of handwork for sure because there's some tight spots. But it's cleaning up. It's cleaning up nice. And a big one was up here where we figured out that by using a heat gun and a razor was a much faster method of removing the original lacquer paint because it definitely does not come off easily. As a matter of fact, we probably lost a lot of time in the very beginning when we were trying to remove all the paint. And he tried to get on this and get this done before the day, but as you can see, there's still a little bit more stuff to get off this side. But it's getting there, and there's another good chunk of Bondo. We suspect we're going to find some more uglies hiding under there. There's another hunk up there of Bondo. And unfortunately, probably something hiding under there. This dent here became a little more clear. I don't know how well it shows, but this is where your 3 emblems go. And we figure the first emblem must have hit something, and it kinked it right through here, actually. So that also has to be tended with. While Mitch was working on that quarter, we had a little more time. This has to be tended to, so we've got to cut this piece out. And Tim and I sort of started on this one. So we cut this chunk out of the tail panel. This would have been the piece, this would have been the piece we cut out of it. You can see there's nothing left of it. And we have to cut this out and put a patch in across here as well. And we started to make a new piece. This is a long ways off still, of course, but that's where we ended our day. We started to make a new piece of steel to go in there. And we're going to spot blast all this to try to clean out all the rest of that rust. But, all the patches got to be done. So everything that we start on is one more thing we don't have to do down the road. So him and I will probably keep working on that. And I think Mitch is going to try to clear the last of that other side. And then we're getting closer to having mostly all metal body here. So it wasn't a big day, but it was a big day because at least we're starting to see where everything stands with it. So that's about the size of it. I want to make a mention that one of our viewers that has been around since the very first Monterey video that we posted, Charlie, started a channel of his own, and I got to give him props. That was an ambitious move. So I'm going to put it on the screen, his channel, and I'll put the link in the description to this video. And if you feel so inclined, go visit Charlie's What Is in the Garage is the name of his YouTube channel. And subscribe to him, please. Give him a like, and you can meet Charlie. It's always interesting, I find, to actually get to meet people just through a YouTube video even. So yeah, go give Charlie some love, please. And we're coming back this week. We got parts coming back this week. I'm trying to get out of the glare. There we go. This is a little clearer with all my nice mess in the background. I got to get back to work. So thanks for watching. And I noticed that a lot of our car channels that we watch, they all have cats in it. Everybody's got cats. Well, we have a cat, and we have not put a cat in any of our videos, so, well, maybe one. But anyways, I'm going to leave you with our cat, Velcro. This is our nightly routine because she's spoiled rotten. She's 16 years old and demands many things. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day.